Oops. I started with an ad. Oh well. Alright, let's see here. Let's change the game. Let's change the game. Are we good? We're good-ish. We're good-ish. We're good-ish. Okay. We'll go with that. Okay, what was I doing? What I am doing is looking for... Hey, Birdie. Today... Well... How's my gold souls doing? I was gonna make Arwyn T5 green, but I don't think I can, so there goes that idea. There goes that idea. Yikes. Man, it's hard to fuse 6 stars now. Without pulling, it's kind of hard to get specific fodder for T5s. Hey, MTG. Like right now, if I want to make Arwyn, I gotta have Elf. I got one, but I don't have any extra Elf 5 stars to make with. If it was Undead, I'm good. If it's Horde, I'm good, but... that's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. I'll figure something out later. For now, let's just try and fuse some stuff. I'm gonna wait for more people to show up, and then we're gonna start working on the tier list. I haven't really looked at it in a few months, but I don't think much has changed, honestly. I really doubt a lot has been changed with the tier list. God, where am I gonna make these 6 stars? Hey, Matter Jame. It's very hard to make 6 stars nowadays. Let me see here. Fuse, I need 4 more. Okay. Okay, hi, fan. Yeah, well... I kind of want to do a video on, like, the current state of the game, but I haven't really gotten around to trying to record one. Oh, actually, I should have some time this weekend. Alright, well, let's... Hi, Punchy, and Live Life Gaming. Let's leave it over here. So let's put up this. So this is the tier list. The chat is hidden, actually. Well, maybe it's okay. Maybe we don't need all of it. Good enough. It's good enough. Okay, let's go with that. Hi, Nurx. Alright, so, yes, Nyx absolutely... Well, Nyx was already first, so I'm not sure what you wanted there. What we can do is we can move Vivian out, because she's definitely not as impactful anymore. Old is... Sigurd falls a little bit. I feel like these 4 are just ridiculous at the top now. You know, it's hard with Sigurd because he is really good. Oops. Okay, well, let me just leave this as it is. We'll scroll over if I need to. We don't really need this, so we can move this. Okay, whatever. We'll go with that. Like, I feel like these 4 pretty much dominate everything at this point. I even almost want to move Brynn down, but that probably I shouldn't. Because old at T5 red is, oh my god. Alright, so those are up. We can probably move... It's hard to move Kurt down, because moving him down means you move others up. And I'm not sure that anyone is still that much better than him on this level. Like, Hodor is still great support, but he still really needs teammates. Him alone is good, but I'm not sure that he deserves to be moved up. Hey, Roses. I'm not sure that we move him up. And like Valkyrie is so... I mean, when she first was buffed, people were like, oh, she's so amazing, she's so amazing. And now what? Now who do you see that's bragging about their Valkyrie anymore? The game is all about Nyx. Just completely Nyx. The whole game is Nyx. Hey, Terry. And so, even if Valkyrie Themis are good, it's like... If you've got a good Nyx, who cares about Valkyrie? Who cares about Themis? Sad state of the game right now. So it's not like I want to keep Kurt this high. It's that I don't think he's worse than these three. But Nyx rebalance? No. I think they said they're not going to work on him right now. They're going to try and buff others first. So this is actually something that I was discussing with someone else, which is in order for them to fix Nyx, they pretty much have to completely break him. And because he's heaven and hell, that's just not going to happen. Oops. So until they really do something, until they really decide that they're gonna go and completely shake up the game, I don't think that they can do anything to Nyx. Because if they just do something small and it ends up backfiring again, like they tried to reduce, or they increased the number of hits to get his shield, and instead of and to counterbalance that, they raised his HP, and that just made him even stronger. So if they backfire and make him even stronger again, I mean, game over. Okay, Azathoth actually can move up. So Azathoth, yes, I forgot. Okay, so let's work on moving people down and first, and then we'll work on moving people up. So Vivienne, I still think these three are pretty solid here. I think these are solid. Veg. I think Veg falls to PvE priority. So he would stay here because for PvE he's going to be solid. But even then, it's hard to use him before like T5 red. Oh my god, what is going on with these borders? Oh hey, this works out pretty good. Oh, whoops. Can use that to cheat. Okay. So Azathoth definitely comes back in. I've been destroyed by an Azathoth before. It doesn't happen a lot, and he's still a little bit random, but definitely he has more of a place than he did before. Because healing is absolutely ridiculous right now. If anybody has fought Old and looked at her numbers are, they don't make sense. Her healing doesn't make sense. Oh, is my YouTube broken? Oh no, there we go. I got it. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. Veg, Arwyn, Emir. I think I'm gonna move Emir down because we just have not been able to really test him. And I think he's good. It's just very untested. Okay, so Rascal is very good. High damage and CC. I actually don't know enough about Rascal to say more than that. I actually don't. But I think he would be... I think he could potentially be up here. I don't know this for sure. But I think he does very well up here. I actually don't know about his artifact. Does he want energy? Because he wants to cast after. He wants the rest of the team to land crits and put on the little elf thing, and then he wants to fire and put them all to sleep. So you want him to be slower than your team, but faster than their team. We'll say that based on individual team setups. Oops. We'll say based on individual team setups. Does that matter if Old chains to Emir? Does he get... You know what? I don't know Emir well enough. Give me a sec. Let's look up Emir. Does he heal enough for that to matter? Okay, he does heal. 15% lost HP. Meh. I don't think he does naturally enough healing for that to matter. You'd rather have Old chain to like Brynn or something. I mean, I think you'd rather have her chained to Nyx or Brynn or Old. It's definitely an idea, but it's not one that I think that a lot of people know anything about because very few people built Emir. So, like, your advice for Emir is good, but like nobody can corroborate. So, okay. Let's see here. So that is an option. How is his damage? I feel like his damage is going to be average at T5 red. Because his stealing is minimal at that point. Does he have a good... Didn't he have a good skin too? Not there. Oh wait, I have the skin written right here. Emir. 5% HP. Oh, if he dies repeatedly and gets revived by old repeatedly, that's not bad. I don't know that you could control that because I don't know that he would die that easily. That is one thing to think about though. All right, so Chesia is actually quite strong. But I don't know that I would move her up. I think she still needs help. But she is very strong if she's got support. Alright, so Themis. So Themis also, similar to Emir, there's very few people that have really experimented with Themis. And so I'm going to leave these here, but if people have any comments on that they should be moved up or down, I'm willing to hear it. Let's see, Detlaf, Ripper, Verthandi pretty much stay here. Okay. Phoenix. S is a very... S doesn't mean always strong. S is strong, but not the strongest. As long as you realize that there is a caveat. Because I can always just change this to S. And this to A. This, I can change this to A minus. Just to B, something like that. I can change it to that. If we want to do it that way, we can do this. I don't think Rascal's utility is all in his sleep, though. Rascal's utility is a lot in the bonus effects on burn, bleed thing, but it has been discovered that Nyx is bugged, and his skin makes it so that he does not die to burn, bleed, poison damage, because the skin revives him. And so Rascal may do very poorly against Nyx. But he's supposed to be really good in PvE. His damage potential is very high. And I think that he's plenty annoying enough to be strong. But again, there's so few people that have made him that it's hard to say. I'm going to change this music. This music's going to put me to sleep. This is not better. What is Irish tunes? My goodness. Wow. Is Nyx so OP? If you have to say that, it means you haven't seen him in action. He's absolutely broken strong. Oops, this one doesn't work. He is absolutely the strongest of the strongest in PvP. Like, just by having him, anybody that doesn't have him has a very hard time to beat you. Phoenix and Vivienne don't do the same thing. You cannot compare the two. Although, I might be... Oops. I might be willing to do this. Oops. Come here. Might be willing to... No, maybe not. I feel like as support, if you have old, you don't need Vivienne so much anymore. But Phoenix is completely separate. He does something so different that it no longer... He cannot be compared. Oh, actually, Phoenix is confirmed to be female now. Hey, Bios. Oh, God, where did you come from? How did you get up here? Yo, that's my nose. This is what I just got. This guy right here. Why don't I have a high tier Valkyrie? I used to. I broke her down to make someone else. I broke her down before she got buffed, and I don't think that she's that amazing. John, they don't do the same thing. Old does healing plus revive. Skuld does healing plus buffing. Like, Skuld raises your attack, and Old does not do that. So they kind of are different levels of support. Okay, Veg is hard to use now. He's like a good tank, but his thing is that he heals a lot and he has freeze, and then he ups your team's crit rate. But it's at this point it's pretty much better to be tanking with Nyx or Brynn anyway, because they both get stronger over time. And so Veg is more like a PvE support in like helping versus bosses or helping versus Den Planet Trial, trying to raise your damage. He's more, it feels like he's transitioned more into support damage, like buffing your damage rather than his tanking ability. Let me see. What? Tanking and healing meta? Yes and no. A lot of it is keeping Nyx alive as long as possible and letting the teams kill themselves with Reflect. And Old's healing is ridiculous. I don't know if her healing became the meta, but the meta is Nyx. And so anything that makes Nyx stronger is instantly the meta at this time. As sad as that is to say. So what does Phoenix do? Okay. Phoenix's main thing is, one, when she burns the enemies, your entire team does 35% extra damage to burned enemies. So if she casts before anybody you have, your entire team does 35% more damage. Second, she has a revive. So if Skuld hasn't wasted her revive on someone else, or already has, Phoenix has an extra revive. And third, when she fires her skill, she gives energy to one hero. So if she is faster than the rest of your team, and she has energy and the rest of the team doesn't, she gives energy to someone else. Not necessarily, it's random, it could be herself. But she gives the energy to someone else and allows you to potentially fire faster than normal. But because this is random, it's hard to control. But in a boss fight where all you're trying to do is last and do as much damage over like a 15-round fight, she can really help. And then also she reduces somebody's attack down, but that's whatever. So she has a lot of stuff in her kit. In theory, Star Shards and fastest in team, yes. Pretty much. But also, it's hard to really maximize that because like Nyx, Sigurd are pretty much always going to be faster than her, and they're already going to use energy, and so you can kind of control her to be slower than certain heroes and faster than others. It's, I don't know, she kind of is very hard to optimize in the current meta. Heated, Ripper is a better first T4 than Phoenix. Bulldog, the game just isn't in a great place right now, so I just don't feel like streaming Taptap full-time anymore. And honestly, I'll come back to it, but let me finish Elden Ring. Elden Ring is too important to me. If I could stream for like 5 hours a day instead of 2, I would get through Elden Ring faster, but I can't do that. I just don't have that kind of time. Alright, so Phoenix, Vivienne, Kurt, stay up here. Hodor, I feel like Hodor is just not amazing for PvE. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Teddy, really? Really, Teddy? He just flopped over on my desk. Alright. Okay, so it's kind of a mixed bag right there. I think Taptap did a great job on fixing resources. Resources are in a great place, but because Nyx exists, if you have the resources to make more heroes, it doesn't help you unless the heroes that you're making are Nyx. Like, if one person has a T5 red Nyx, and now you have the resource to go and make something else. Let's say you go and make a Vivienne, a Hodor, a Veg. You still won't be able to beat him. So you have all the resources and you still can't stop this one hero. And he's not easy to get because he's not in Moonstones yet. So I need 2 more copies and I don't know where to get them. And so, you know, it's... Let me show you what I'm up against, by the way. So, I somehow made it up on this. Let me see if I can... Basically, I'm sitting here, and I have a T5... Is this green or purple? I forgot. Hold up. Is it green or purple? It's purple. Okay. Green, purple, red. Okay. So I'm sitting here, and I have a T5 purple Nyx. But he's hard to kill. I intentionally made mine as hard to kill as possible, because he's underleveled. But look at everyone else other than Bold. They all have a T5 red at 350. This is everybody aside from Bold. Every single one. Oh no, not this guy. This guy gets beat up a lot. This poor guy. So, Blessed, Nyx, Bot, where is he? Nyx. This guy even, Nyx, underleveled, but that's why he's in 24th. Here, Nyx. Seulin even, Nyx. It's like, you can't avoid him. And the chance that he times you out is very high. It's very high, especially with this old Skuld. Like, how do you get around their healing? Oh my god, Hungwell has... When did Hungwell put this much money into the game? Okay, well, that's even harder to beat now. He has Freya. So we can add on to that and say, oh, not only do they have Nyx, now they have Freya, and this one has Einstein. Maybe not this guy. This guy has Nyx. I can beat him, actually. Oh no, not you. We'll go to Tim. So, it's like... I can't just show you fights because they cost me. I can't... You can no longer fight people from the rankings, which is really stupid. It's so sad that they did that. It's really sad that they did that. But anyway, it's very hard for me to get out of 11th. Freya... Wow, Pogi. Wow. God, I don't... When did Hungwell get her? That's crazy. I didn't know he bought Freya too. So basically all of these, every single one of the people above me in the rankings, I have very low chance of winning. But I don't want to test because it costs me too much to test. Like, I can't... It actually costs me the ticket and my points, and my... you know. Rag, I think, doesn't make you outmatched. I don't think you should regret making Brynn, but you really should be focusing on people to red if possible. What was Brynn's red again? I feel like her red wasn't that amazing. Yeah, her red is... it's okay. When did Hungwell have Einstein? I didn't even know he had Einstein. Crazy. Crazy. Alright, so Pogi, I'm redefining the tier list. I'm gonna just change S to the top. And I'm just gonna not make S+. So we'll... I feel like these 6... but then Bale comes out. I feel like Bale for PvE is not the top. Sup bro, in order to understand how Brynn does damage, you kind of have to understand how she works. What you gotta remember with Brynn is she has this ability right here, which is every HP that she loses raises her damage. So the more damage she takes, the stronger she gets. That's why a lot of people tanked with her, especially in PvE and such. And so the more she gets hit, the more she returns. And so if your Brynn is like staying safe and not getting hit as much, or you're fighting against enemies that don't hit her as much, like they have a single target hero like Detlef, or they have Ripper and yours is in the front or something like that, you know, then your Brynn is not going to be at max potential. But honestly, it's her strength in PvE is very unreliable anyway, so I don't know. It's whatever. I'm still working on this. Let's see here. So who in here can move up? I feel like Lorelei doesn't move. Lorelei got buffed, still doesn't move. Medusa got buffed, still doesn't move. I feel like Lightning still has a chance to go up. So actually, let's do this. Let's save that. We can make this yellow. Okay. So we can put lightning and shoot in there. One sec, John. Let me... I feel like we could even put Leo in there. Hi, Roman. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so the way that old works, she's got a lot of different things. Basically, when she fires her skill, she gets 1 stone. So she fires her skill however many times, and she always gets 1 stone per fire. When she has 2 stones, she becomes like Skuld and will revive the next person to die, including herself. And so what makes her crazy then is at T5 red, she begins the fight with 1 soul stone. So if she fires her skill on turn 1, immediately you have Skuld's revive, Old's revive available for you starting turn 1. And if they happen to one-shot one of your heroes in some crazy circumstance, you can revive twice on turn 1. Hi, Sweeve. That's basically how it works. So she doesn't always have the revive available because it's only every 2 times she fires her skill, and she fires her skill every 3 rounds on average. But it does mean that if in a 15-round fight, she has potentially 4 revives available. So Skuld only gives you 1 revive. Old can give you up to 4. That's kind of what makes her crazy. And then on top of that, her healing is like out of this world. So also, if she gets 2 soul stones turn 1, it buffs her healing by 30% right off the bat, turn 1. I believe Skuld's revive should take place first, but, and don't quote me on this, I'm gonna guess that it's team order. If Skuld comes first in your team, it uses Skuld's, otherwise Old. I don't know that. Pogi, you might know that. Oh my god, Teddy. Teddy! No! You're knocking things over again. Oh, this cat. Teddy, no! This stupid cat. I swear. Like, look at all this stuff on your desk. Let me just knock it all down. Okay. So energy is good for her to get her a stone as fast as possible, and also because she can be quite fast. Pogi, if Old has 2 stones and you have Skuld, whose revive gets used? Or does it waste both? Hi, Magnet. Let me check. Is she fast? She's actually not. She's the same as Skuld. But even being the same as Skuld, I use mine with speed. Hi, Zero. Give me a boss? Nope. Okay, fine. No boss. Can live with no boss. You believe Skuld goes first? I honestly am willing to believe anything you say. It could be Skuld first, it could be Old first, it could be both wasted. This game is so spaghettied that anything is 100% likely. Like, any one of those could be justified, regardless of how smart or dumb it is to work that way. Which is kind of sad, but that's how the game is right now. Is Aegina? Aegina is good pretty much only at T5 red, but she fell off a little bit thanks to Nyx. Basically, this guy came and completely changed everything anybody knows about the game. He made the game as brain dead as possible. Kind of like Brynn did when she first came out. If Freya's Petrify was higher... She's kind of too... She's very squishy. Her Petrify rate, honestly, can't be that much higher than it is, because it's Petrify. Petrify is a hard CC, therefore it cannot be higher than like 30-35% to the entire team. Like, you can't do that. What is it that makes her bad? I think the thing that makes her just bad is that she's so random. All of her power comes from her landing petrifies. So if she does, she's great. If she doesn't, she's terrible. And if you, like, bank everything on her, it's gonna be like Yig, where sometimes he's the key, sometimes you lose. Sometimes he's a waste of space. And so anybody that has the potential to be a complete waste of space doesn't work in high-end PvP. As simple as that. It's great for PvE where you have infinite tries, but in PvP where you get one try, it's not worth it. Go for the sure thing, which is Nyx. Nyx red with Ragnarok is one potential use of him. It's not the only use. Aswin, you gotta remember, Freya only gets her attack buff if she lands the Petrify. Nyx petrifying them does nothing for her. Like, at that point, you might as well say they work well with Medusa, because she does extra damage to petrified people, but we know Medusa sucks. I mean, Pogi, I've got this. I've got a Lorelei. Right here. And she does nothing. I haven't seen her do a single thing. So, as I mentioned before, versus Boomin, I used to time out 40% of the time. Even with the artifacts I have, because of his Nyx and Detlaf, I would time out 40% of the time. And now I don't. If anything, Lorelei probably hurt him more than helped. Like, I don't know what to see in Lorelei from that. I used to lose to this. I used to lose to Boomin 40% of the time. And now I don't. You can't blame it on the hourglass. It only lasted 3 rounds, so Brynn didn't get enough of a buff to matter. Arguably, Ragnarok would have done better. Nyx, I mean, I'm just saying, the only thing that I thought Lorelei could provide is staying alive with her shield. I haven't seen her been... I don't know what to... I don't know. He made the team. That's all I can tell you. And that's the only one I've got to test on. So, I no longer lose to him with this. But, you know, we don't have the option to really test her. I can't test against anyone else. That's the dumb thing. There's nobody with her in Brave League. There's absolutely nobody. And so the only thing I could test is maybe on Honor if I could find one. And so, you know, I don't know. If you can show to me that she's good enough to be worthy of using, I'm willing to believe it, but I have no way to find that out myself. Elevated, you should replace Detlaf, Verthandi, and Veg. But see, Pogi, that's the thing. Yes, my team is better, and yes, I used to lose 40%. I lost this 40% of the time. When this was a Vivienne. When this was Vivienne, I lost 40%, but once he changed to Lorelei, I have a 100% win rate. I feel like timeouts... I don't time out as much. I just straight die. So, basically, Aswin, this is the one you want, which is when she petrifies the enemy, she gets 60% attack increase. But she has to do the petrifying. This only works if she lands the petrify. So Nyx petrify, Medusa petrify do nothing for Freya. Challenge in King's Throne, what? There's no Loreleis there. There's 0 Loreleis in this entire... Let me see. Can I see teams from here? I don't think I can. This is the dumbest thing. Like, you can't even see teams in this. I think actually what made me start winning is that I replaced my Vivienne with old. I think that's what changed it for me. Because I was running this before. And this was making me time out. Let's see if that still is the case. So actually what I did was I changed to a Gina versus him. Actually, I don't think that matters. Because before his taunt on, if he landed the right taunt, I would just lose. Oh, well. Didn't look like it mattered that time. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't have a way to test Lorelei. I guess I can test him by... What if I just go back to like a nice standard team or something? Aswin, I mean, I'd love to make all the heroes. I just, you know, we don't have the resources to do it. At the end of the day, it takes me, you know, 4 months to make a T5 red. I can only make so many. And like she lives longer, but well, Bale died. I don't know. I'm not saying that she's... I just don't know how to use her. I don't know how to... I don't know how to recommend her when the options are, could you put resources into lore, or could you put them into Kurt Phoenix, or better yet, Brynn Skuld Old Sig? Would you ever prioritize Lorelei over something like that? No, there's enough heroes that are overall better than her that it's hard to recommend her. Not that she's bad, it's just that there's better use of resources. Like, Freya still... I mean, I still think Freya has a use. But I would never want to tell people to waste their precious resources on her when there's so many better out there. Hey, Alvaro. This tier is more that outside of Nyx heroes, anybody that doesn't support Nyx is hard to focus on, I guess. Let me see here. I'm actually... But that's the thing. See, I would rather have a Chessia than a Lorelei. Maybe I wouldn't rather have Dettlaff. Is the time of Dettlaff's timing out going away, or is he still timing everybody out? Can I move him down? Like, I'm gonna keep my Loreleis because I'm still not very convinced that she's that bad. I just don't. I just cannot prioritize her right now. That's like. Like, avoid does not mean fodder. Avoid just means at this time they have no place in the meta. Well, my answer is that actually these two just move out. I don't really want to move them out. They're still really good early heroes. No, Aswin, she works differently. She permanently gains the final damage. Unlike Lexar, who is only... So, Brynn is like a running total. If she's lost effectively 300% HP, she gains 540% final damage. Versus Lexar, which is if he lost effectively 300, it doesn't matter what he's lost because it only is based on what his HP is at the time he fires. I agree that she's better, but I need a way to separate Detlef and Ripper because they're still good for early heroes. So now I have to rethink the strategy here. Honestly, I want to move Emir out too, because I think that a lot of people just it's past the time where you can get copies of him. Budget tier. Okay, let's change C into budget tier. So let's change this into heroes that excel with good teammates. That can potentially excel. Not so much on their own. Outside of meta, but still solid choices. Wow. Something like that. In which case, these two can come in here. This is unordered. I'm not doing anything with order right now. Maybe not Freya. Maybe not Freya. So let's see. Let me see if this is what I want. So, this here. I feel like these guys are a more solid. No, I understand the need for reorganizing this. Mitch, look down below. It's in the video description. You can get to it right there. And like these 6 people, you can come look at it live. So we're going to reorganize because now with Nyx in the thing, we got to redo this. Okay, so this is going to be the strongest ones that do better with, that can help the meta. You know what? You're probably right. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. In that case, we can move Brynn up here and leave her as an offensive hero above the 2 support. Okay, okay, that looks better. That looks better. Let's go with that. Strong hero. So these guys can support. All of these guys can play well. Oops, stop. So all of these can play well with Nyx. Veg. I might move Veg out. Sup, bro? No, Heaven and Hell classically has always been the strongest faction in all gacha games. So that's pretty much normal. Any game that has factions has a faction that's always just worlds better than the other ones. Always. I don't know what to do with Arwyn. I might just remove this tier. I might just move Veg down to here. Okay, in that case, we can move Veg down to, like, B. Let's move him here. And then Arwyn... Arwyn's so specialized that... Okay, let's just leave her there. I mean, Arwyn is so in a world of her own in what she does. Like, didn't Wolverine say that? I'm the best at what I do, though what I do isn't very nice. That was Wolverine's line. She is the best, absolutely, hands down at what she does. So, like, she needs to be called out for doing what she does. Okay, so I'm going to leave her here for now. Teddy, you're not allowed back there. But Veg does move out because he definitely falls out. Oh my god. I fought someone in Expedition that had a T5 red Vivienne and a T4 Sigurd, but because Sigurd's attack was higher, I couldn't use Arwyn because Arwyn would lock onto the Sigurd and be useless, and I kept timing out. That's it. All he had was Vivienne, old Sigurd left, and I could not use Arwyn, and I just kept timing out. It was so sad. Like, I had to change everything just to kill that team in Expedition because, oh, just freaking stupid Expedition. I don't enjoy that mode. Anyway. I still feel like Chesia outclasses a lot of the roster in damage. Well, so Jason, you can say that, but if I move her below C to say role specific, people will immediately think that she is worse than them. So she needs to be here. But it makes no sense to just say A, B, Arwyn, C. It makes no sense to do that. So I'm just going to kind of leave her here for now. I think we can we understand what she does. I have definitely seen Chesia do amazing things. She has very good potential. Chesia's potential is up there. Honestly, to the point where I'm going to move her above Aegina. At T5 red, I believe she's very, very good. Like, but Arwyn tier wouldn't belong up here. She's not that good. Like, you would never want her on these teams. You often won't want her on those teams. Okay, so that's that. Does Veg go in B or does he move up to A? I really feel like he fell off a lot. I'm not going to put Arwyn below S simply because if your choices are among these heroes, you got to finish a team before you can make the Arwyn. To really optimize Arwyn, you got to be able to focus on her, and you can't focus on her if she's in your first 6 heroes. Hey, Tyrael. Like, most people's first team of 6 is going to be very hodgepodge, and Arwyn really needs a lot of specialized focus on herself. So, if she leaps... is it enough? Who... Let's say... Who would she often lock onto? It is Sigurd a lot, but let me see. Who on my team would she lock onto? Ah, crud. I have to actually look at the numbers. Hey! My game crashed. I mean, Azathoth is still sitting here in A. 60 pounds, we are redefining the... She's always been a good early hero. I have a hard time putting Azathoth above A. I really feel like before T5 Red, he's not that amazing. And even then, I feel like he's random. He doesn't land Executioner's Call 100% of the time. It's like 60% only on the front line. It's not that he's bad. I think he's very good. But I just don't think that he's reliable enough. I mean, maybe I just don't know. Oh, wait. Basic attack has a 40% chance to... Oh. But that's all the front line, right? His regular attack is to the front line? So he really hits the front line. Wait, what? Which part of it is instant... Oh. So he X calls all clerics at the start of the battle. Sup bro, if you've seen Kurt's damage in PvE, it's hard to completely discount him. You can never completely discount him. Let me see if I can show you one. I think Sigurd would be better than Hodor. Let me see if I've got a good one. Here's one. Here is Den 722 that I ran using this team. Like, look at Kurt's damage. And I think in this one, he's just running an 88 warrior. Like, anybody that has the potential to do that, people still use him. Even whales sometimes still use him in PvE. Hi, Van. In PvP, not so much. He's still decent, but he's nowhere near top tier. But again, if you're comparing people with Baal Hodor, they're a tier above Kurt. Of course they're going to do better than him. Well, Hodor not so much. Hi, Murad. The thing is, anybody that can be that good in PvP still deserves to be high tier. Alright, so Azathoth. Okay, well, if this rank is based on T5 red, then we can move him up. I honestly could put him up here. So we can go with that. We can honestly say he can be mid then. He doesn't even need to be... He doesn't even need to be late anymore. Okay, so Chesia, Aegina. Is this a good place for veg? I think this is not bad for veg. I don't think he's... I think he's fallen out of total usefulness a bit, and so it's hard to really place him higher than here. Thoughts on Beijing? I know absolutely nothing about Beijing. I've been there once, like, oh my god, 25 years ago. My brother's there, and I mean, if you like instant lockdowns, like, they lock down at a moment's notice, but... And they have a lot of control over things. I think he said his wife, they were trying to do something. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember what was going on over there. Alright, so outside of meta, but still solid choices. Mid. Still relatively mediocre damage, but can synergize with a mage team. Let's say. Anyone seen Lightning properly? We have, but it seems like she's more useful for PvE because similar to Shude, she gives the whole team like 30% extra damage to shocked heroes. So Shude, let me see here. T5 red makes her a good damage buffer like Phoenix, Veg, Lightning. Alongside strong CC. Okay, we'll say that for now. His instant team buff might have very specific usefulness. like, I understand the reasoning behind that, Pogi, but that is, like, for the average player to even think of aiming that is not even potentially useful, or not even potentially possible. Like, the chances are so low of anyone specifically being able to aim for that instead of going for higher tier is, like, it's a good use, but it's, you know, most people don't share your no dupes policy as well. 60 pounds, there's one very, very strong reason for that, and that is Hodor. Hodor's skill is completely capped by his 2000% attack. Aegina reaches this cap pretty much, almost alone. And then if you add, or you make your Aegina stronger, or you add on Bale Phoenix, you go higher than Hodor's damage can reach. So, how do you raise Hodor's damage? You use someone like this, whose skill increases your attack stat. She is one of the few heroes that will actually directly raise attack stat. So if you look at, like, Skuld, she doesn't raise attack. She raises crit rate, and she raises true damage. This is not attack stat. This doesn't help Hodor. Lightning or Freya. Isn't Freya faster? I feel like Lightning's really slow. 1564, and yeah, Lightning is really slow. Dodge, I haven't paid enough attention. I don't watch enough battles to watch the dodge happen, no. So absolutely that is one potential use of Verthandi, but because Verthandi is not high tier, you know, she's okay to make, but she's hard to prioritize. Now, a hero that used to fill a role just like that was this one, who, when she hits 50%, she raised attack by 30%. So by throwing in Ultima to get hit right at the start of battle, you could also immediately raise your attack. It was one potential use, and her skill does it as well. But since Ultima no longer hits T5 red, or never did, she's not that good anymore. So there's not that many heroes that directly raise your team's attack stat. Attack stat is one that you don't see a lot of. Like, Kurt raises skill damage, or, you know, let me see. Phoenix raises damage done. That's not the same. Who else raises... who else is a team buffer? Like, Old does not. Skuld does. Bale doesn't. Who else raises damage of team? I feel like not that many heroes. Like, Leo gets... what? Leo does hit rate, speed, crit damage, which could be fun, but... Wait, Old does have? I didn't even know that. Where? Where? Oh, yeah, here we go. At red. No wonder. I only made her red today, so I didn't actually read this until today. I only knew about the Soulstone and didn't read the rest of it. Okay, so yeah. So 10% is good. It's not as good as 30%, but... And I also was wasteful, and I did this. I pulled the 30 only so that I could get the one skin shard to get the skin. So, I don't know if I can make it to 110 this round. I don't think I can. So, whatever. I just wanted her skin, because it looks nice. It's very silly looking. Okay. Does anyone else... These all, then... Should you fodder Ripper for Valkyrie? Ripper is stronger early than Valkyrie, but I wouldn't really want to fodder either of them. How to level up Star Chart? Patience. Or money. Or if you want to pick which ones to level, that one's tougher because... Dang it. That one's tougher because it's just so dependent on your team that there isn't a single best way to do it. You definitely want to go for... Like, there's so many important stats. Speed is there, HP attack is there, crit or hit rate and dodge are there. Even defense is not bad. And so, which one you aim for is going to be based on your team. Like, do you have more heaven? Are you a Nyx stan? That, you know, do you not have Nyx yet? Are you early player? All of that. All of those matter in how you do it. So I don't think there's a best right now. Favorite skin in the game? I think it's going to be Shoodmel's. I tried reading those Playboy articles. They were really silly. Not much content in them. Maybe it's better now, but I don't know about now. Alright, let's see here. Let's sort through these guys. I feel like Monkey King and Lindbergh have not managed to wow anybody. Hey, Vandette. Like, Lindbergh is fun, but I don't think that he's proven himself to be amazing. Same thing with these three. I don't think that they've managed to prove themselves yet. I don't know what to do with these two. I don't know what to do with these two. Like, I don't want to say avoid, but... So Lexar has been proven to have almost infinite energy every time he drops below 50%, but having him bounce below and above 50% every single turn is unrealistic. I'm just gonna put Mulan here, because I feel like Mulan still has potential, so we'll just put Lexar out. That may just because he's having fun with Lindbergh. Perun has Lindbergh, and I mean, he loses because he doesn't have Nyx. That's at the end of the day, he loses because he doesn't have Nyx. Lindbergh's damage gets insane. What? Wait, does Lindbergh scale? I don't think Lindbergh scales at all with time. Am I remembering correctly? If he kills someone... Or no, he does get true damage, 5% every time he fires his skill. No. He doesn't look like he scales over time outside of having a scroll or an hourglass. Hey, Alban. So I don't see it. So we did sort those heroes out. Hey, where's my typing? Max dodge at purple. Good choice for void boss, tank, and source of bleed. I'm not sure about using Mulan in PvP though. I've heard that she can do some okay things sometimes, not every time, but sometimes. So we did solidify the letters. And I feel like this breaks it down a little bit better for newer players to understand. Oops. Best for void boss. Gets ruined by Sigurd. Yeah, okay, we'll just go with that. Interstellar boss. Well, with the interstellar boss, you do not focus on healing, because your healing gets dropped every single turn. After I think round 5, your healing is 0 anyway. So why should you care about that? Meow Meow, they actually are very... When to use Phoenix Stones? Use them if you really think that you've made a hero that is no longer useful. You must absolutely know that A, the hero is no longer useful to you, B, you absolutely do not need them anymore, and C, you're willing to take the sacrifice of resources to focus on someone new. Valkyrie is mediocre. Okay, so Lexar says for every 1 HP lost, increases attack. But Brynn, it works a little differently. You kind of have to... This one says that each time she loses it, it ticks up her final damage. Whereas maybe it's not that subtle, or it's too subtle in English. This is it's not a good translation, because they do sound the same. If you read it in its original Chinese, there's a character that says like HP lost at the current time of the skill versus one which is for every HP lost. So this one we can say is just bad translation, but that's how it works. And someone else has it too. Lindbergh also has it. And his works the same way as Lexar. So you just kind of have to know, I guess. But hey, now you know. So I feel like Lexar could have been fun if he worked the other way, or if he didn't need to be below 50% for his skill to be amazing. Stuff like that. No, Meow Meow, that's just bad translation. It works the same in every way. My computer is lagging lately, or Nox is lagging. Outright red. Outright the most useless? Zexanoth? I might go with Zex. I feel like Zex had a lot of potential that was not realized with his skill set. Alright, let me go back here. So, the reason that I'm here... Why is it so laggy, man? There's a character here. This character, right here, means every total lost. Or these 5 characters, actually. Is like every single... For every 1% lost, immediately damage goes up. And then for Lexar... This one says, while he's alive. No. You know what? It's not. That's not the characters that I'm looking at. It's wrong. It's actually this one. This one means total. These two mean total. So this is every total loss. Meaning it's summed up the whole time. And then Lexar does not have that character. Lexar just has every lost HP. So it's not totaled up at the point of it. And then Lindbergh's is worded exactly the same way as... Is worded the same 3 characters as Lexar. So there is a total. Well, cumulative. Okay. Cumulative works too. The concept is what I wanted. A running total, basically. It's just a bad translation. Yeah, I think my vote is for Zexanoth. I feel like Ripper still could be like a low-end dodge tank at worst. How to max pets' potential? Do not try. Just get them to... the highest and try to get like a couple of stats that you like. It is not worth it to reroll to max things out, because getting like 3 max stats is pointless unless you're a whale. If you don't buy like 100,000 gold things, you'll never do it. So, you know, focus on a couple of good stats and just stop. Alright, pull up the gallery. Let's see here. So, no. So, Zex is up there. Monkey King... I feel like Marquito said Monkey King has not managed to do well, but I still think he's better than Zex. But Monkey King is kind of, like, questionable. Freya, no. Freya at least has use. Old, no. I feel like Thomas has shown off Mars has potential for damage, so it's not Mars. So I'm thinking back to how Bold used Luna because she got 100% damage reduce, but then that is nullified by Ragnarok, right? No, it's not. Not Ragnarok. It's nullified by Hodor. Meaning, it's like whatever. Oh, wait. Hey, how does this work? This is a permanent gain, right? Does this work alongside old? Do they count as dying? Or is it... Let's see, how does the wording say? Shibol. This one, they actually have to die, right? It doesn't count if they get revived. Luna might be a contender if that's true. Raphael is a good choice if you want to be offensive, and Vinci... no, not Vinci. Which one is it? Vincent? The turtle, right? Vincent is the turtle? Vincent is a good one if you want to be defensive. Okay, Luna's a contender. I feel like Watchman still had use versus Void Boss for infinite fighting. Saizo is still second best Void Boss hero. We give him that. Valkyrie's no way is she the worst. No way is Vivienne the worst. And no way is Mulan the worst. I think Alliance stays out of it this time. You think Lexar, huh? The thing that made Zexanoth decent was his high silence as well as his high single skill, but without any ramping up, it was hard to make him shine in long battles. So Luna's up there, Lexar's up there, Nameless King is up there, Monkey King I'm iffy on. I don't think it's Ripper. Pet for damage increase in PvE. Raphael is good. Pasteur is good. I don't think it's Watchman. He's very niche, but his shield allows you to live versus the Void Boss. Because it's not healing. Because it doesn't count as healing. So I'm not saying it makes him good, but I'm saying he has a use. Not the best use, but he has a single use. So really then, Luna, Nameless King, Lexar, and Zexanoth. Those four. Not Lightning. It's absolutely not Lightning. Lightning's actually very good if you build around her. Why is this covering up stuff? I just realized. Absolutely is not Lightning. Leo is pretty bad too, but I still think his stats could lead to something. The fact that he can give you this at the start of battle, if you can build a very solid burst team around it, he has a spot. It's not great, but it's a spot. If you rate people by their reds, I mean, Bale has a terrible red soulstone. Okay, I'll go with that. Something like this. Oh my god, why would you say Hopper? Oh my god. Oh. At least it's a real word. At least it's a real word. You can't get mad at me at saying that. Or you can't catch me on that. What if I said, what about that actor, Dennis Hopper? What if I said that? Has nothing to do with your... Dang, Tyrael did good in peaks. Cheater. Tyrael's a hacker. He's a hacker. That's what, top 200? Meanwhile, I get... Oh no, I'm in the middle of something. I get teams like this. Look at my amazing team. I hate stupid Peaks. Peaks is so dumb. Alright, I don't feel like doing this. Let me go back and try to make my top 5 the best war without Nyx. What? Who's a good warrior at that point? Oh, my bad. My bad. This is my team. This is at round 1 or 2. Look at this amazing team. Look at this amazing team. Peaks is trash. Peaks is trash. Oh, yeah. That's round 2. So I won the first one. Alright, let me try and make Arwyn T5 purple, and then I'll quit. This is actually decently hard. Should I fodder Centaur? I don't really want to. Assassin buffs don't do that good, though. That team is set to lose at 5. Oh no, I only have 3 left. Elf? 2 elves. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. So I need to make... What is a hopper in Minecraft? And I've also never heard that term used before today, so I feel like I'm not as offended by it as the other one that I'm not going to say. Before you complain that I call it trash, you kind of have to see why I only have 57 points. Like, I'll lose at 6 with Brynn. That is the dumbest term for a team that I've ever heard. Oh, screw it. 3 left, whatever. I don't feel like looking for one. Okay, so I actually need 4,000, 15,000. I need 5,000 gold souls. Okay, where am I going to get 5,000 from? Not from there. I just got to fuse them. Maybe you'll give me a little bit? 10. Haha, no, 10's not good. Okay, fine. Hey, Edgar. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Yeah, you can't play this without buying those gold souls every day. That's 4. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. Okay. So, do I have the copies here? Yes, I do. Okay. So, we are going to make Arwyn. Yeah. Oh, I need another one? Ah, fine. No, I need 2? All right. I keep Centaur because he's a Wanderer. And I have a lot more Wanderer flags than I have Cleric. So you still at least want to try and use up these. Alright, well, now she is going to be a little bit stronger for Void Boss. Because now she hits Shadow Form if anybody kills rather than only her. Minimal chance of anybody other than her killing in Void Boss, but at least for Den Planet Trial, it'll make her a little bit stronger. Just saying, Jason, I've got the copies. I've got the copies. I can make her. Just, I don't have the resources right now. The plus is that I can use up all of these to make the 10-star. The 10-star doesn't need to be elf. To level Arwyn from 335 to 350. It helps, but one thing you do want to think about is you want to make sure she is slower than your buffers. So if you're like Phoenix and Skuld are under leveled, you don't want them to be slower than Arwyn. There's not a high chance of that happening. I'm just saying keep that in mind, and then once you've got that under control, you can level her as long as you've got free resources. It's not going to be major. I feel like this is more major than really anything else. And this turns into locking on by, what, 80% or something like that? %, yeah. So as long as you have the red unlocked, it's enough. Anything on top of that is basically just bonus. Arwyn's skin is really nice. Not this one. That's not her skin. I do like Arwyn's skin a lot. But I'm definitely still partial to this one. For reasons. But I do like this one a lot now. This one is nice. Silly reasons? You mean the best reasons? This one's just funny. It's just funny. That's all. But yeah, this one stays #1 to me. And the skill looks good too. You get the cat scratches across the screen. It's fun. I can't show off the silly reasons because baby cat is lying down in the hallway right now. Let me see if I can find you a picture of her real quick. might not have taken a good one recently. That is my Olivia. This is my Olivia cat cuddling with Teddy. So, reasons. Just reasons. Or stuff like this, where she sits on a pedestal. So, yeah. Squalzy, that's what we were debating. If the guess is correct, Old's revive comes after everyone else's, in which case it may not get double used up. Like Phoenix and Skull get used up at the same time, but Old's may process later and not get wasted the same way. I think we need to see that more tested. Take it easy, Tyrael. Thanks for stopping in. Where are all the cats? They're just gone. Well, if Teddy was here, he'd be in the way, so it's better that he's not here. Jump into Dislight? I don't think so. If you have fun with it, let me know and I'll try it, but I don't think I'm gonna go into it full steam. I really do enjoy figure fantasy. I wish I was better at it, but I feel like I don't know. Like being forced to watch all the battles is just so annoying. So I wouldn't want to stream it so much. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. I think this tier list is a lot more, I think it's a lot more consolidated now, and I think it's easier to understand. So we redefined the letters again. We made it more solid. And I feel like this tier is going to be a one that we're going to see a lot of contention with more than the rest of them, because they're strong heroes. They're just like, for us to recommend them to people, they may take offense because, you know, they're low tier, but I think we all can agree that Detlef and Ripper just have no place at high-end game. And so as good as they are as first T5, it's just hard to recommend them as anyone outside of early game. So, once again, the link to the tier list is in the video description for you on YouTube. For Twitch, well, okay, whatever. People on Twitch know where to find it. It's on Discord. You know, Figure Fantasy has been out for like 6 months and they still don't have a skip function. So, don't get too attached to that. Ripper, Vivian, Reaper, Lorelei. Reaper is trash. He doesn't go to T5 red. Don't include him. The rest of them are all so-so. Vivienne is good, but she's a healer. You don't have good damage. You need to find good damage. And so that comes from these heroes. Nyx, Brynn are your damage. I've fought way too many T5 debts for anyone to ever tell me otherwise. Like, this is... He can't move from here. Unless he gets buffed, he cannot move from here. He lives in C tier. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any more comments about the tier list, feel free to leave me a message, and, you know, all of this we will work on. But I feel like we have a much more solid snapshot of today's meta with this. Yeah, Vandette, this is... Nyx is Nyx. The game is just dumb. Nyx is just dumb. He really is dumb. But we knew that. Alright, good night guys. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. I'm going to be back on Elden Ring, so we'll be streaming Taptap if anything interesting happens in the game. So we'll see how it goes from here. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you next time.